There you go, a bit of a smoke on the water for all you people. Marvellous. But what's more marvellous is by Grand Central Station has sat down and Wept Part 3, so let's remove the flap. Oh god, he hit myself in the face. Well, I did hit myself in the face. But Part 3, here we go! This will be fun. Oh, what's everyone's favourite spherical letter? It's O, the water of love that floods everything over, so that there is nothing the eye sees that is not covered in. There is no angle the world can assume which the love in my eye cannot make into a symbol of love. Even the precise geometry of his hand, when I gaze at it, dissolves me into water, and I flow away in a flood of love. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Everything flows like the Mississippi over a devastated earth which drinks unsufficed. Who knows what that word means? And augments the liquid with waterfalls of gratitude, which raises a sound of praise to deafen all doubters forever, to burst their shamed eardrums with the roar of proof, louder than bombs or screams or the inside ticking of remorse. Not all the poisonous tides of the blood I have spilt can influence these titles of love. Oh, Kieran, you're clearly knackered because you can't read a sentence. But alas, we continue. But how can I go through the necessary daily motions when such an intense fusion turns the world to water? The overflow drenches all my implements of trivial intercourse. I stare in comprehension at the simplest question from a stranger, standing as if bewitched, half smiling like an idiot, feeling his fiery fluid spill out of my eyes. I am possessed by love and have no options. When the Ford rattles up to the door 5 minutes, 5 years late, and he walks across the lawn under the pepper trees, I stand behind the gauze curtains, unable to move to meet him, or to speak as I turn to liquid, to invade his every orifice when he opens the door, more single-purposed than the new bird, all mouth with his one want. I close my eyes and tremble, anticipating the heaven of actual touch. This feels a lot more straightforward on the other chapters. I mean, it's still very beautiful imagery, but I do feel as though there's maybe I've got into this prose poem style, which is good. Progress, people. That's what we're all about. When we lie near the swimming pool in the sun, he comes through the bamboo bushes like land emerging from chaos. But I am the land, and he is the face upon the waters. He is the moon upon the tides, dew, the rain, all seeds and all the honey of love. My bones are crushed like the bamboo trees. I am the earth the plants grow through, but when they sprout, I will be a god. And there's so much for me. I am suddenly so rich, and I have done nothing to deserve it to be so overloaded. All after such a desert, all after I have learnt to say, I am nothing and I deserve nothing. The thick pines drop globular cones, and the dishevelled palms with their pantaloons falling down their trunks say, it has happened, the miracle has arrived, everything begins to gay, everything you touch is born, the new moon attended by enormous stars, the sunny day faded with a glow to exhilaration, all the paraphernalia of existence, all my sad companions of these last 20 years, the pots, the pans, in Miss Wurtle's kitchen, ribbons of street, wilted geraniums, thin children's legs, all the world solicits me with joy, leaps at me electrically, claiming its birth at last. What lovely, lovely. When we tear ourselves out of the night and come into the kitchen, Miss Wurtle says, romance, eh? But she smiles and turns away her head, and when we kiss behind her back as we help her dry the dishes, she says, oh, you two lovebirds, go on out again. I don't know why she pauses dramatically to say that, but she did. What is going to happen? Nothing. For everything has happened. All time is now, and time can do no better. Nothing can ever be more now than now. Before this was nothing was. There is no minor facts in life. There is only one tremendous one. We can include the world in our love, and no irritation can disrupt it, not even envy. Miss Wordle, sitting on the sofa late at night, says with legal air, "Did I have it from you? There is such a thing as love?" I lean upon a cushion, faint from this hour's separation, but I sigh, "Yes, oh yes," and then, as if he were describing other worlds diminutively, so petty I smother them in pity. He describes his intrigues, he bandies the word that was in the beginning, but the noise of the inside seas, the dazzle of his cataclysmic birth of love in me, cannot hear clearly what he says. To make a response is like rousing a heavy sleeper who longs to remain asleep. I smile, but I am in a trance. There is no reality but love. I cannot hear beneath the subtle words the beginning of the world's antagonism, the hatred of the mediocre for all miracles. All I want is for everyone to go away and leave me 1,000 lives in which to muse, only to muse on a state of completion. I was taunted so long. The meaning fluttered above my head, always out of reach. Now it has come to rest in me. It has pierced the very centre of the circle. I love, 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 for he is also all things, the night, the resilient moment, the tall poinsettias and hydrangeas, the lemon trees, the resilient palm, the fruit, the vegetables, the gorgeous rose, the trees, and the birds in the pepper tree, and the sun on the swimming pool. There is no room for pity of anything. In the bleeding heart I should only find exhilaration in the richness of the red. Once I skulked wistfully through the dim streets, aching after this unknown, hoping to pass by unnoticed in my drab dress and lopsided shoes with high heels, hoping thus surreptitiously that come upon it. But I was afraid, I was timid. I did not believe, I hoped. I thought it would be like a bird in the hand, not a wild sea that treated me like a flotsam. What's a flotsam? But I like it. I like how it sounds. Flotsam. I want to be a flotsam wherever it is. But I have become part of the earth. I am one of its waves, flooding and leaping. I am the same tune now as the trees, hummingbird, sky, fruits, vegetables, and rose. I am all or any of these. I can metamorphose at will. Do you need some joy or love? Are you sodden leaves in some forsaken yard? Are you deserted or cold or starved or paralysed or blind? Handfuls and handfuls for you and to spare. Make them up into bed socks, tea cozies, cushions against the cold. The electricity is perpetual warmth and can contaminate everything and build at one touch a new and adorable world. This is today. This is where the road strove to lead all feet to attain. What are the world's problems and sorrows and errors? I am as at the sea, and as ignorant and mystified as the first day I ever saw algebra. There are no problems, no sorrows or errors. They join in the urgent song that everything sings. This is the state of the angels, the splend, their hours, only singing the praises of the Lord. Just to lie savouring is enough life, is enough. I'm really enjoying this, I'm not gonna lie. I don't really have much to say, it's just very beautiful. Even in transient coffee shops and hotels, all the gloom of taverns, the crooning of Bing Crosby out of a jukebox, and the bartender clanking glasses achieve a perfect identity, a high, round note of their own flavour that makes me tearful with the gratitude of reception. Amelia's hand to those shabby tables will guide me across the stumble of the fields, make my happiness as inexhaustible as an ocean and as warm and as comfortable as the womb. When I saw a horde of cats gathering at a railway terminus to feed on a fish head thrown near the tracks, I felt it is the lavishness of my feelings that feeds even the waves and the strays. There are not too many bereaved or wounded, but I can comfort them, and there are 5 million who never stop dragging their fear and bundles and babies with bloated bellies across Europe. Are not too many or too benighted for me to say, here's a world of hope I could spare a whole world for each, and everyone like a rich lady dispenses bags of candies at the poor children's Christmas feast. I could compress the whole Mojave Desert into one word of inspiration, or call all America to obey my whim like the waiter standing to take my order. I'm delirious with power and invulnerability. Take away what is supposed to be enviable. The silver brushes with my name, the long gown, the car, the 100 suitors poised in a restaurant. I am still richer than the greediest heart could conceive, able to pour my overflow of benevolence over the tight-mouthed look. Take everything I have or could have, or anything the world could offer. I am still Empress of a Newfoundland that neither Columbus or Cortez could have equalled, even in instigated dreams. Set me as a seal upon thy heart, as a seal upon thy arm, for love is as strong as death. And on that note, my flaps close. Okay, that felt a lot easier. That felt a lot easier. I don't know why. I don't know what it was about it. I can't tell if I've kind of like got into the groove of the writing, or maybe Smart's kind of like reeled back a bit on the imagery at this point. I feel as though we're really just kind of moving into that like sweepingness of love and what it is to kind of feel enamored and like infatuated with someone, to the point where like he is kind of encompassed by everything, but her emotions are swelling like nothing really compares in such a way, and anything that you can compare, that love dominates. Quite short though, but I think that was really beautiful. That was quite yeah. I definitely feel as though reading it aloud is helping me in that sense. I can understand why Jan Martel says to read it aloud, and I feel as though if you are reading this and you're not understanding the sentence, I think maybe it would be worthwhile actually saying like the sentence out loud, or like the paragraph itself, everything that surrounds it. Interestingly, some of the sentences, like the tense is different. I feel as though halfway through a sentence we'll change tense, or that we'll add certain words that kind of make the sentence themselves feel not alienating, but like a little bit off center, or making the sentence run on longer than it should. It feels as though Smart's quite conscious of where she wants some sentences to feel a bit clunky, or that the narrator, because she's trying to explore a besotted moment, that she's trying to like grapple with the sentence as she is the emotion, in that sense. So I think that's quite interesting. But I did notice that in the previous parts, so I wonder if that will continue on. But yeah, this is definitely a book that is different to what I expected. I'll happily say that it's very different to what I expected, but different in a very good way. So, part 4 tomorrow. Let's do it. I'll see you dingbats.